everybody. Welcome back. You landed on the 3% podcast. We're so happy that you tuned into this episode. If you like what you've seen so far, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, share our videos. We'd love to hear your feedback. If you don't already know, I'm Dr. Tasani Watson.
I'm Dr. Rochelle Sharkey.
Dr. Cortez Lewis.
And Dr. Adesola Fade.
So in today's episode, you can see we have some additional guests here. Two amazing optometrists, relatively new grads, one very recent new grad, one relatively new grad. They're fantastic, both entrepreneurs. We're so happy to have them on this episode. So I'm going to hand this over to Dr. Candice Moore so she can introduce herself and let you guys know a little bit more about her.
Thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Dr. Candice Moore. So I graduated in 2018 from the College of Optometry at Nova Southeastern University. And my mode of practice is in a corporate setting.
All right, and we're gonna hand over to Dr. Kelsea Brown.
Thanks so much for having me today. I'm really happy to be here. As she said, my name is Dr. Kelsea Brown. I graduated in May of 2020 from Pennsylvania College of Optometry, and I also work in a corporate setting.
Fantastic. So we have these two wonderful and amazing ladies on this podcast episode today. We're hitting some very interesting topics. We're going to be talking about marriage, all right, work-life balance with family and kids, and also how to be an entrepreneur as well as be a doctor. Both of these amazing women have side businesses in addition to being full-time optometrists. We'd love to get their opinions on how they manage work for being an optometrist and also for their personal passions, all right? So the first question I would like to ask you guys is, why did you decide to have your own entrepreneurship business? What made you want to do that in addition to being an optometrist?
So for me, I guess, my hustle comes from being a parent. So, growing up, seeing my mom, she sacrificed for us. She put a lot of her dreams aside to make sure that we were able to achieve our dreams. So being that I am in a position now, seeing that the sacrifice that she did, I kind of just want to be able to not only accomplish more of my dreams, but also set up my child as well and my future kids if that happens.
Very cool.
Yeah. Just to make sure that, that they're straight. And then also, as far as I also wanted to, I'm a makeup enthusiast. So incorporating eye health and beauty is something that I really wanted to do. So that's the reason why I started my side business.
What's the name of your business?
Visual Eye Appeal Cosmetics.
Awesome. And when is it going to launch? When will people be able to, buy some cosmetics and support?
Yes. So we're hoping to launch the end of March, early April.
Very cool. Very cool.
Okay.
And
we were in school with Candice, and Candice always had the makeup on point. So I would definitely say this
Thank you.
well. Candice is known for always having a flawless face. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very cool. And then Dr. Brown, tell us a little bit about your business.
So my business is called Eye Candy Accessories and Eyewear. I had the idea when I was in optometry school because I was trying to figure out, okay, I want to be an optometrist, but I also want to start my own business on the side as well. I'm basically a self-proclaimed fashionista. So I love makeup too. I love to dress up. I like to look cute. And of course, it's all about the accessories. And I knew I wanted to do that. Also, I'm planning a wedding, and weddings are not cheap. I'm not as fortunate as everybody else. My family is not going to pay for my wedding, so I'm going to have to put in a lot of money for it. And having this business has helped me out a lot.
So you're planning a wedding. So how are you balancing planning a wedding, working, having a side business? How are you managing to balance all those things together?
So my fiance helps me out a lot. He's a data scientist full-time. He also has his own business as well. So he sells vinyl records called Low Key Vinyl. So we have two businesses actually, and we're both full-time. So I pack everything, and while I'm at work, he ships everything. We just have a system. So at night, I'm packing everything. He takes his lunch break during the day to ship off my packages. I honestly would not be able to do it without him, because, you know, when we're working, sometimes we don't even have time to take a lunch. So it's really about partnership. It's really about partnership.
Very cool. Very cool.
You know, I wanted to say, you know, I like the eyewear candy because my wife wears it. And I remember when she got it, she was like, "Oh, you know, it's black owned and this and that." And I looked at the quality, and I really loved it. I really
Thank you.
love the product that you're putting out, and it's awesome. And
Thank you.
into Kansas too, I'm excited to see what you do with it. Unfortunately, I can't utilize that product.
I understand.
You know what I mean? I can't utilize that. You know what I mean? But I'm excited to see, you know, where you go with that. You know, so I asked both of you guys, you know, along the process, because as an entrepreneur myself, you know, I have a little business as well, you know, myself, and the process, you know, it can be, you know, a little tedious. Now, you know, Candice, you're kind of in the process of it now, and Kelsea, you're already you're already in the thick of it. You know, speak a little bit more to the process of what it looks like to have to kind of run the business yourself, and kind of come with the ideas, and kind of what was that like for you guys, kind of the whole process of it, trying to get it started, getting through everything, and, you know, what resources did you use, or, you know, certain things that you kind of learned along the way?
So the first thing I did was research. I watched literally 100 YouTube videos. I watched what mistakes that other people made. I researched what website would be good for me to use. I researched. I also set a strict budget because I was just fresh out of school. I definitely did not have the money. I actually collected all of the graduation money that people, my parents, friends, family gave me, and it actually helped me start my business. Another thing I want people to know is just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean you can't do it. You can just put your own spin on it. Because back when I first started, somebody commented on one of my posts and said, "Hey, this particular business is selling similar jewelry. You copied it from them." And first of all, I've never heard of that business before until that person pointed it out. But I told her, I was very polite, because this is my business, this is my name. And I told her, more than one optometrist can start a business. We can do the same things. I'm different from her. I have my own flavor. I do my own spin on it. And I just told them, like, don't listen to those type of people. If you want to do something, just do it.
Yeah, I think that's good words of advice, because I kind of feel I kind of have that same judgment of, well, no, I can't do that either, because such and such is doing that, and because such and such think I'm copying them.
They're gonna think you're copying.
Kind of had that process in my head, so that's good to hear, you know, for sure.
Just do it. We all have our own following. You don't know who's watching you. We're all inspiring somebody out there. You just have to go ahead and do it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I would agree with what you're saying, because even when I opened my private practice a few months ago, there was this doctor in the background saying, "Hey, you know, Dr. such and such is only a half a mile away." And even around the other corner, there's a Publix with a doctor right next door. So I'm like, "Are you trying to discourage me from opening up the practice, or are you saying I need to go somewhere else?" He's like, "Oh, you can go beachside down there. There's no doctors down there." I'm like, what that doctor does and what I do has nothing to do with how I'm going to run my show, my patient, my clientele. It has nothing to do with how things going to run. People are going to navigate to me just like they navigate to those different people. So you have your different audiences. So I kind of was like, it rubbed me the wrong way just to hear. I mean, I get the whole radius, 3,000 miles per doc, blah, 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 but that has nothing to do with growth. I was even kind of using an example, like along this street here next to me, there is probably about 6 or 7 furniture mattress places, all selling the same product. But why did they go and put that many stores on the same road? There's no competition. You are your own competition. So you got to keep that mindset moving forward.
That's good. Yeah, because that definitely goes down to what we were just talking about on our last episode, with just branding yourself. So, you know, creating that brand for you. If you know you have a niche and people are looking, why not, you know, show that what you had to offer?
Right. Same with me too. So I spent a lot of nights up watching YouTube, you know, doing Google research, trying to find a lab to work with. So just researching, testing out products, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, coming up with my business plan. And then for me, you know, being as an optometrist, My niche is kind of different, so I really didn't see a lot of optometry or optometrists like incorporating makeup. So I kind of wanted to open up that lane because I have a lot of patients. I had a patient yesterday that came in, very sensitive to different products, and she's like asking me what makeup products she can use, and she was like, if you start something, I'm aware. And I was like, well, actually I am starting something. So it's a lot of early mornings, late nights, just researching, sending out emails, making plans. I'm a one-woman show right now. Hopefully, once I get things up and running, I have my husband that helps me as well, researching stuff. But hopefully once I get up and running, I could, delegate more stuff. But right now it's just a one-woman show. So I have to make time for my business.
Yeah, no, I respect it, and I commend you guys so much for it too. Because when I'm saying it in this way where it's like I tip my hats off because I know how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? Especially no matter what the level is, whether you're, single, whether you're engaged, whether you're married with kids, it's a very difficult process to start a business and see it all the way through. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not an easy feat. So I commend you guys where you guys are right now in your careers and what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That kind of brings me to, that support aspect. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about entrepreneurship. You guys already said it, but your spouses, or your future spouses, how supportive is it? All those conversations, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I'm an OD, but I want to do this too. How supportive are those conversations? How supportive are they of your dreams and aspirations and the things that you want to do in your life?
Well, for me, my husband is down for whatever. So any idea that I have, he's 100% behind me. He's like, okay, what do I need to do? How can I help you build? How can I help you grow? What do you need to stay up and research this. I'll take care of the baby, or I'll, put him to sleep. So just having that support system, and actually putting, his actions to use as far as like giving me that extra helping hand, I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
I also have a huge support system. My fiance, actually, I've known him since kindergarten. We officially started dating in high school, and we've been together ever since. So he knows me better than just as well as my parents know me. Whatever I need, he's gonna do whatever it takes for me to do it. We both have dreams. I support his dream. He supports my dreams. I'm just really appreciative of the help that he gives me, because like I told you, I wouldn't be able to do anything without him. My parents don't live in Atlanta with me. So he's really all I depend on.
That's good.
I would say I was actually the opposite of y'all. So I actually started the optometry practice, but my wife's a human resource specialist. So she is a big part of helping me getting this thing up, being compliant, handbooks, everything that she does is so important, but I didn't want her help at first. I was like, nah, you do you, let me do me, and don't get in my way. That's how I was moving. And I realized, like, man, I'm spinning my wheels because I'm trying to either your wife can do this for you and be a part of this thing. You guys can grow this thing together, or you're going to have to hire somebody to do what she's able to do. Right. So it came to the point where you're like, okay, we're working together now. We're a team now. We're doing this together. But I'm like, but I don't want you in the office all the time. Like, I don't want you in my space telling me how to do things all the time. Not to realize it wasn't about that. She just wanted to help me. She just wanted to be a helping hand. Right. I was rejecting that for a long time. And now that I have her on the team, we're working well together. She's helping me grow in a lot of areas, and I'm also kind of helping her a little bit. But I'm like, realize, like, man, God's seen this thing working this whole time, because for her to go to school for that and me to finally branch off and do my own thing, I'm like, I needed that. So she's kind of like the brains behind a lot of the operation we got running here. And I thank God that I finally just accepted it, because I was like, nah, I'm good. There's too many days I'm like, I want to fire you, but I realized that she don't work for me. She's an independent contractor. She just comes in and provides me with services. So I really can't fire her, but I can be like, hey, pick up a little bit.
You're gonna get you're gonna fire her and you're gonna be sleeping in
Right.
the doghouse for
Right.
That's what you gonna do. Talk about you
I
firing
can't believe you didn't
somebody.
want her help at first. I'm shocked. I had no
Nah,
idea.
it was a space thing. Like, hey, you're gonna be in the office every day in my space telling me stuff I ain't trying to hear. I'm already stressed out, wearing a million different hats, and now you coming in. I already have you at the crib at the house, and now you're coming into the workspace. So at first it was just a thing of like, hey, are we really gonna work together? And now that when I finally grasped that concept of like, man, we're a team and we can make this thing work and we can go pretty far with it. At that point, I was like, okay, let me sit down and let her do her thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I was the one of the singles of the group. I commend y'all for doing what y'all do, because I go to work and then I come home and I be tired. So for
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Candice, I see you working out, and of course you got the kid at home, and then you, of course, Kelsea. Of course, I'm rocking my.
I seen it. Yes, I see it.
But
Thank
just
you.
having all that, you know, it definitely is something that I'm like, dang, it's so cool that you guys are able to spend your time and have all these other avenues and still get things done. But how do you feel as far as like your personal time? Like, what things are you guys still doing to still have that time outside of your job, outside of, you know, your families at home, to just be you and have that part of you still there?
So typically when I get home, I go to my website and check how many orders I have. I see how many orders, I see how much time do I have to ship it out. I usually ship out within 2 days, and then I cut all of my notifications off. I make dinner, and me and my fiance relax. If it's an emergency, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'll just help you in the morning. And I get my rest, because if I didn't get my rest at night, I will be super grouchy and I would not be able to do anything. So it's important that we all disconnect sometimes. Social media is really booming these days, but it's important that we all take a break and have some time to ourselves, because we can get lost. You can get lost. You don't want your fiance to be like, okay, is this relationship still going to work because she's too focused on her business? No, it's about everything. So you need to learn how to balance both. And I've definitely learned how to do that.
So for me, I'm trying, like as you said, Rochelle, you know, I'm trying to balance, you know, prioritizing my health. So my time for me is the gym. So my day starts off at 6:00 in the morning. So before everybody gets up, I head to the gym, work out, then I'm back at home to get, you know, my son ready. And then, you know, me and my husband are out the door. And then also too, I still have to find things that I love to do. So for me, that's traveling. Well, we really can't travel right now because of the pandemic, or like spa days, or getting my nails done. So at least, even if it's 30 minutes,
Right.
you know, spending time getting my nails done, you know, just having that time for me is important as well. And even with what Kelsea said, I actually have a do not disturb after a certain time. So after 10 o'clock, I'm sorry, you can't reach me. I will hit you back up when I wake up.
Exactly.
But after 10 o'clock, I'm on do not disturb. And then of course, you know, when I get home, I try to make time for my family as well. And then I even dedicate like Sundays are our family days. So going to church, watching church online, and then just having the whole day just to like reconnect. And then find time that we couldn't, you know, have during the week to spend time with each other.
That's good.
No, that's good.
You guys are very inspiring. I'll say that, because I'll echo with Rochelle's sentiment. When I come home, I can't imagine having to take care of a child. I can barely take care of myself.
It's tough.
Or even to work, have the energy to work on another business. Like I feel like even with our podcast, I joke with them and say our podcast is our second job, which I think it's really fun. But I can only imagine being an entrepreneur along with working every day and having the time and passion and energy to put so much effort into that. So I really commend y'all, and I'm so proud of the work that you both have done.
Thank you.
Both of your businesses are amazing. We're Eye Candy. I knew about We're Eye Candy before I even knew Kelsea, right? So I remember so I met her in Atlanta. I was like, oh yeah, she's the one who does We're Eye Candy. That's so cool. But like I knew about it from social media before even meeting you and knowing you as a person. So that says volumes. And
Thank you. I hope I'm doing something right.
No, you're doing amazing. And
Yes.
even for Candice, like when I heard you were doing a makeup line, I was like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Like she's already a really great doctor. Like I know she's gonna kill it. And I was just really proud to call you a friend. And I just can't wait to see like where you guys go. And even for you too, Solo, like you and your sunglasses line, like
Me?
little old you,
Hey,
little old you.
Don't get them
You-
started.
Oh,
What? What?
Solo
The
is
most
such-
humble one on
such a
this
character.
podcast. The most humble one.
don't let me cry on this podcast. Now you're doing
Okay,
too
stop.
much.
Do you need a tissue?
I need one, guy. Hey, Tasani, don't start now.
No, but like you've done amazing. Like your sunglasses line. I
I
know you also have
appreciate you.
support
I
from your
appreciate
wife, which is amazing too. Like you both work very well together. Like that's great. Cortez is your practice. I mean, I feel like the biggest thing that we're echoing in this entire podcast is how much that partnership is like invaluable to having successful businesses. Like, yeah, you can be a doctor if you want to do more things, be more entrepreneurial, be successful in business. You really can't do it by yourself, right? You need a team. And a lot of times your team ends up being your spouse, which is so amazing. So Rochelle and I, we still hanging in there.
Thank you.
But
I just have one more
I'm proud of
thing
y'all.
to say about entrepreneurship.
go ahead.
So for anybody who wants to start their own business, the number one thing that you need to make sure you have is great customer service. Nobody cares. Okay, their package may arrive late. Some packages may arrive damaged, but when they email you or send you a message telling you something, you need to respond immediately. You need to be apologetic. They don't care. They can get their money back, but they really care about how you respond to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really, really huge on customer service because some people have gotten their package really late. Some things have arrived damaged. That's obviously my fault because when everything leaves me, it leaves me perfectly. But I understand it may get to you really damaged. But when somebody emails me, I make sure I respond to them immediately. I'm very responsive. I'm apologetic. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. You can keep the product. I'll send you a brand new one. People like that. They really like that.
Yeah, and that's how you keep.
That's
That's how you
good
keep.
advice.
That's how you keep.
Exactly.
And that's how you keep customer retention, and that's how you continue to get the brand bigger because then people really are attracted to customer service, and that's my number one. That's my number one thing.
I agree.
Everybody
My
where
number
I
one
go,
thing.
number one thing in business for me is customer service. So that's
Service.
awesome. Love that. Love that. Anything else you want to say, Candice?
No. Well, even commending you guys, like what you guys are doing with this podcast, representing for minorities, Black and brown doctors and students, like you guys are really doing it. I'm just so proud of you guys. Happy to be here. Visual Eye Appeal will be coming out soon, so stay tuned.
Excited.
We'll be launching. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support in advance, and that's it for me.
So where can we find you guys? What are your handles? Where can everybody find y'all at?
Yes. So my doctor's page is Dr.C.Moore, SEE.Moore. My business page on Instagram is at Visual Eye Appeal, and the landing page for my website is at shopvia.com.
Love it.
Okay, my personal page is Kels Brown. That's at KELZ Brown. My Instagram for my business is where_underscore eye candy, and my website is whereeyecandy.com. And please, everybody who's watching this, we have to go get these 3% t-shirts. They are so cute. Can you guys please tell us where we can get these t-shirts immediately?
Yeah, so you can so what you can do, the easiest way to do it is go to 3% IG page and go to our link, the link that's in our bio, and it'll take you to all things 3%, including the merch. That'll be
We
the
got
easiest
more
way.
than t-shirts.
Okay.
T-shirts, hats, bags, whatever you want is probably on there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys so much. You guys have any other questions
Thank
for two fabulous entrepreneurs?
No more questions. Just thanks for having us.
I think we're good.
Thank
Well,
you
thank you
guys.
guys
Thank you
so
guys.
much for being on here and dropping all those gems. If you guys like what you heard, please like and subscribe to our podcast. Follow these two amazing doctors. Support their businesses. Stay tuned for next episode. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
And I got one more question before y'all get off. One more question. I'm gonna ask this to Miss Kelsey. You gonna change your last name when you get married?
Yes, I'm gonna change it. I'm going to
Okay.
change it.
Okay.
You know, because when I graduated, I was not working. Who paid all the bills? My fiance. Who
Okay.
fed me? My
Right.
fiance.
You
He
better
did
hey, hold
literally
on.
everything.
Come
Everything
on.
for
Hey,
me.
you better
Exactly.
preach now.
Exactly.
You
He
better
did
preach,
everything
girl.
for me, and my name's just gonna. I'm gonna still be the same person. I'm just gonna have a different name. That's about it.
Correct
That's
girl.
right.
Correct girl. Love it. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you guys for
Rochelle,
your
you changing your name?
She quiet.
Rochelle, you changing your name?
I honestly feel like it's
Rochelle gonna hide. She gonna hide in the bushes. You know that little meme where you hide in the bushes. She gonna go.
Tasani, what you thinking over there?
I don't know.
I feel-
Y'all gonna have to stay tuned to hear our thoughts on this.
We're gonna
We'll
have
be
to
talking
do an
about
I'm
episode
excited
on
for
this.
that episode. I'm excited for that episode.
So also leave your comments below. Should we change our last names when we get married? We've been working for a few years. Should we change it? Keep it? What are your thoughts? We're interested to know what y'all would do if you were in our situation. So like and subscribe. Stay tuned. The next one's gonna be a juicy one.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.